Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Tech Tutorial Tuesday. Today, I'll be showing you all the different ways that you can open tickets in Entrata. There are three ways that you can open tickets in Entrata, and regardless of which way you want to open a ticket, the first thing you'll want to do is, of course, log into the system, and then navigate to the square question mark in the right-hand corner of your screen. And just a reminder, this icon shows up on every single page in Entrata, so it doesn't matter if you're over here on the dashboard or if you're in the residence or running reports, this will always be in the upper right-hand corner of the screen. So if you're working in the system and something's not working correctly, or you want to put in a feature request, you'll want to go ahead and click this square question mark and scroll down to tickets. And when we click tickets, we get taken to this screen here where not only we can see every single ticket that we've opened or are a part of, but we can also contact support. So to open a new ticket, I'll go ahead and click this big contact support button, and it'll show me the three different options here that are available for me to contact support. So I'll go in order from what I find to be the most inefficient to the most efficient way to open tickets, but there is a place and time for all of these methods. So the method that I've had the least amount of luck with personally is the live chat here. So to do a live chat, I'll go ahead and select this box. I'll fill out all of the information here. So for those of you that have never opened a ticket, there are a bunch of different categories here. If you're ever not sure about what the category should be, just go ahead and select Entrata Core. That's kind of a catch-all, and if you open under Entrata Core, that'll make it to the right person. So you'll fill all of this out, whatever the subject is, make it relevant to whatever the issue is so it gets routed to the right person. And then just some information here that Entrata asks for so they could better help assist you. So you'll want to explain the issue, give an example if you have one, definitely take screenshots and load those if you have those. And then once you have all of this stuff filled out, how urgent is the problem, the property, of course you'll want to select your property, or if you manage more than one, whichever property it relates to. Just double check that your contact information is correct. And then this last field here, the share with field, is super useful. So if it's an issue that impacts everyone at the site, or you want to CC your regional manager or me as the system admin, you can go ahead and select whoever you need added onto there, and those folks will become CC'd on that chain going back and forth, and we'll see that the ticket was opened, when it's closed, so on and so forth. So once you have all this filled out and you submit the checkbox here, you can submit your ticket. And under the live chat window, it'll just pop open basically an instant messaging screen where someone from Entrata will chat back and forth with you and try to resolve the issue. And the reason why I say that this is the one I have the least success with is because depending on what time of day it is, it might take a while for somebody to respond to live chat, or in many cases it might just time out. And if it does time out, it will still open a ticket. You just won't have someone to live chat with then and there. So one that I use the most and that I find to be more effective than live chat is email. So you can see I clicked over to email and nothing really changed here. So it's going to be the same process, fill out the category, the subject, so on and so forth all the way through. But here when you click submit, rather than opening a live chat box, it'll submit a ticket and you'll get all notifications back and forth in email. So this is a great option to use when it's not urgent, when you can wait till the end of the day or till the next day for someone at Entrata to look at the issue and get back to you. And so I'm going to close out of this for a second just to show you this screen here. So anything you open will be tracked here. And this is again under the square question mark tickets. And this is my active tab here. So these are the two tickets that I personally am part of right now. If there was communication awaiting my response, that would show up under inbox. And then I have some verification required tickets, and then all of the tickets that I've been a part of that are now resolved. So this is a great place to check the status of your ticket, add notes, add attachments if those come along down the line. Everything can be tracked and monitored from this screen here. And then the last way to open a ticket, which I use the most whenever I need a response immediately, is this phone option. So you don't have to fill out anything here to use the phone. You can if you want to, and someone will give you a call back. Or if you want to initiate that phone call yourself, it's this number here, and that takes you directly to the Entrata help desk. So if it's before hours or after hours, it might take a little bit for someone to pick up the phone, but certainly during business hours, that typical 8 a.m. to like 6 or 7 p.m. Eastern time, someone will pick up the phone immediately, and 99% of the time I find that they resolve my issue right then and there on that very phone call. So as you're working in the system, if a question arises or if you're having trouble doing something, this is definitely an amazing resource to use. The support team at Entrata definitely knows the system and knows the best way to handle things in the system. So again, it's this number right here. Anybody can call it, anybody can ask questions, anybody can get help directly through the Entrata help desk. The only thing that they won't be able to do is help you with missing permissions. So if the reason you can't do something in the system is because you don't have the correct permission set, that's something that Matt or I will have to help you with directly. Entrata support is not authorized to add or take away permissions. But anything that's not permission related, just a walkthrough of how to do something or best practice, whatever the case may be, they're 100% able to help. And like I said, if you call on the phone, 99% of the time, they'll have that issue resolved for you within 5 or 10 minutes even. So these are the 3 options here: live chat, email, phone. Again, that's located here under the square question mark tickets. And it's a really fantastic resource to get some live additional help in the system, or help walking through a function or reports. Again, whatever the case may be, Entrata support is fantastic and is a great resource that should be utilized. And that wraps up this week's video. I hope this is an additional resource that you all find useful as you work through Entrata, and I'll see you all next week with another Tech Tutorial Tuesday.